Shalom everybody, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Rabbi Dr. Shapira, and I'm the author of the book, The Fall of Edom and the New Hamas. All throughout the world, in the last video that reached over 100,000 views, we are able to make a great impact in explaining to you what is happening. But tonight is going to go even deeper. I'm going to share with you a great, deep, and dark secret that's connecting what's happening right now with the election of the Pope and some of the things that are happening in this moment in real time in Israel. It's not a coincidence. Just today they announced that Israel is getting ready for a massive attack against Iran. Will it happen? Nobody knows. When? The days are near. We all have to pay attention for the signs before us. Tonight I'm going to take you through the scriptures, and I want to reveal to you a great secret. But before doing this, I have an urgent request for everybody. Please read The Fall of Edom. Please read The New Hamas. Those books who have been written almost immediately after October the 7th. Some were even in the plan before October the 7th, are happening before us. The thing that even surprises me is how fast those things are happening. And because of that, I urge you, we have translated it to countless languages. Get your hands on those books, read every word, get yourself ready today, and choose to line up with the God of Israel and the Messiah of Israel. In the last 48 hours, we have seen significant escalation in the rhetoric between the nations and even with the United States to the state of Israel. We've seen just today, a few hours ago, the shocking report, as I read to you, the drastic report. Donald Trump is giving a message to Netanyahu, and I quote, "We will forsake you unless you put down your weapon." According to the Washington Post, the pressure from Trump is expanding, and he's saying to Israel now, Israel, if you continue to fight this war in Gaza, despite the fact that the hostages are there, we will forsake you. But today things even got worse. Just a few hours earlier, the European Union is usher ultimatum to Israel, and I read to you today. International bleach, the ultimatum of Trump, and now the threat of the Western world and the rage of the Arab world. Does that sound familiar to anybody? The blitz that is taking place right now between the Arab world, the Western world, and the United States, all pressuring Israel, while Hamas still holding the hostages, is really prophetic. There is a secret that you're going to see today. And I quote to you this: the international pressure upon Israel to stop the war in Gaza become a great international diplomatic attack, where Netanyahu is now the villain. Not Hamas, but Netanyahu. In Europe, things getting worse, and all of those headlines that I'm giving you are happening today. I want you to pay attention how fast things moving. And it says, Europe will discuss canceling the agreements of Israel. As the exterior ministry in Israel said, the worst position we have ever been. Holland have reached a majority inside the European Union, try to now put an embargo into Israel as things becoming worse. While the Prime Minister of Qatar sitting with Donald Trump, and he is blaming Israel for the failed negotiation while he's building this great relationship with Donald Trump. Friends, do you think this is a coincidence? None of this is a coincidence today. Look at these headlines coming from France today. France says, we are supporting re-examining our entire relationship with the state of Israel. Macron continue, and he says, together with Great Britain and Canada today, that what Israel is doing is not enough. There is a need to re-examine our relationship with Israel. Friends, we're watching in the last 24 hours a complete escalation of the way the nations are treating Israel and the way they look at this terrible demonic action by the Hamas. But what about Ishmael? What do? Look at the headline today from Qatar. Qatar, who has now become a strong ally of the United States, say publicly. Qatar states about the blockade in the negotiation. We were not successful to gap the breach. And he said the responsibility is solely on Israel, as Netanyahu act irresponsible as a way to achieve peace. Friends, there is no achieving peace. Hamas know why they're holding the hostages, because they are turning the world against Israel. Friends, today we are seeing Psalm 83:7 fulfilled before our own eyes. But wait, I am still yet to take you to a great secret today. One or two more headlines, all from today. Final warning before the collapse. Israel is finding itself in a junction that it's never been in its history. Israel is about to enter to a terrible economic collapse, with economic collapse because of the cost of the war, deficit unlike any other time, while the international pressure and the West considered putting sanction upon Israel at the same time. And what do? Israel is getting ready to attack Iran. Brothers and sisters, look at these four headlines on your screen right now. Europe saying the situation with Israel is terrible today, and we are considering cutting all relationship with Israel and putting an embargo in Israel. United States frustrated, and now the Trump administration publicly are speaking against the Israeli government, and United Kingdom at the same time are saying that Israel acting detestable, yet they do not mention Hamas and the terrorists that they are. Now look at this headline on your screen right now, just hitting a few minutes ago from Israel, and it says United States is silent, and the steps and the rhetoric from the United States is becoming even worse as we are coming to an historic low in the relationship between the United States and Israel, between Europe and Israel. And all of this escalation, friends, is taking place within days, within hours, and you're probably wondering what is going on in the prophetic. Today, I want to show you a secret, as this escalation that we are seeing right now has been prophesied as a sure sign of Gog and Magog. Look with me carefully at what it says in Psalm chapter 2, verse 2. It says, the kings of earth set themselves up, and rulers conspire together against Adonai and against his Messiah. Friends, I want to show you straight from the Midrash, straight from our rabbi, a great secret that is found in Psalm 2:2. Now I want to say in advance, the things that I'm showing you today are not my invention. I am pulling them straight from the Midrash and the knowledge of the Hebrew language. It says that in these days there will be kings and rulers who will come together. They will conspire against God and against the Messiah. That means that the Messiah will already, at least his spirit will be already here. Now in Hebrew, as you see on your screen, it's used the word nosdu yachad. This word nosdu yachad, hold a great secret. This word in Hebrew, nosad, means to conspire. And as you see on your screen right now, the word nosdu is related to the Hebrew word yesod, or foundation. And the question is, what foundation these kings and rulers are going to be put together, and what this foundation have to do both with the nations today, with the Pope. Pay attention to what I am about to show you today. This is important. Avraham Ibn Ezra lived almost 1,000 years ago in Spain, and he explained that there is a great secret in the word nosdu. He said the word nosdu is rooted in the Hebrew word yesod, which is foundation, which implied that they, the nations and the rulers, will establish a common plan and a common foundation together. And he said, we find that many nations were under David's control. And if the psalm is about the Messiah, the matter is widespread opposition become even clearer. You see, there is going to be some foundation that is going to be established against God and against the Messiah. Who are those two entities that are coming together? Well, before I answer to you and reveal to you tonight a great secret, I want you to hear what Avraham Ibn Ezra, one of the highest authority of the Hebrew language, had to say. He said on the Hebrew word nosdu yachad, that this word nosdu is come from the word intrigue, conspire. It is found itself rooted not just in the word yesod or foundation, it's found itself in the word sod in Hebrew. You see, in the word nosdu, there is a word that is hidden in the Hebrew Bible, and it's the word sod. Sod is conspiracy. It's a counsel, but it's also mean secret. There is going to be a secret plan that is about to reveal itself. And what you're watching right now in the world is the secret plan that is about to reveal again. Again, the word nosdu have two meanings. Foundation, another set of foundation that they're going to seek to establish. We call it a new world order. And unless you understand what's happening right now, there is a new world order that is being established before our own eyes. And there is also, inside this word new world order, there is the word sod, secret. And who are those rulers? As you see in Metzudat David, it says the rulers are called sarim. They are the rosanim who are the sarim. The rulers are the sarim, who are a demonic entity who are they are controlling the nations. Who are them? And what do they represent? Who is the demons controlling today? You see, it says here that they will rebel against the Lord and against the Messiah. The Malbim is saying something that we all have to take into account, especially in light of the Pope coming into power in those days. He says, the rebellion is divided into two parts. Against the Lord and against the Messiah. Against the Lord, it's mean that is going to be either religious authority who is going to rebel against the Lord. Well, against the Messiah, speak about the national leaders, meaning prime ministers and president. Do you get it? Avraham Ibn Ezra is telling us that it's going to be a conspiracy. Not a conspiracy theory, a conspiracy that is going to take place between an alliance between a religious authority and prime ministers, governments who are going to come together. Do you find it interesting that at the same time that the nations turn against against the Jewish people. The Pope says, we are the chosen people. It is clear what the rabbis are telling us here. The religious authorities of the world and the leaders, prime ministers and so forth, they are already making a secret plan against Israel, against God, against the Messiah. And now you understand what is happening in the world right now. And I continue to quote from our rabbis, and they says, the rulers are the sarim, the demons, and they come in closeness with the kings, meaning prime ministers and presidents. They are the owner of the secrets and advisors on religious matter. They conspire in great secret. Today there is already great secret, friend, that is happening behind the scene that most of us do not understand, between Rome, between the Catholic Church, and between the nation's leaders. Friends, I know that this is difficult to you to digest today. It is hard to believe it, but this is the way our rabbi spoke about the end times over 1,000 years ago. And what is this great thing that they are trying to establish? Remember, it's the word from the word Yesod. It's a picture of a new world order. And the rabbi said to us, they are conspiring is like the foundation to a building. You know what they are conspiring today too? Both in the religious world and both in the rulers and the leaders, for a new world order. And this is something that is difficult for us to understand, but they are like a foundation of a building. And Rabbi David Kimchi go further and he said, they had all consulted together as one. The religious world and the non-religious world making an alliance against Israel today. The counsel is also expressed in the word Yesod, of foundation. For counsel is to actual performance as the foundation is to a building. They are creating today a new foundation. How amazing it is that one of the name of Joseph, Messiah, son of Joseph, in Hasidut is Yesod, while the name of Gog and Magog, the war of Gog and Magog, is also called Yesod. Two foundations, two world orders, Messiah world order and Gog and Magog world order, Satan world order, are about to collide. And one of the final steps before they collide together is we are going to see the nations who are going to be conspiring with religious leaders, friends. This is happening before our own eyes today. And here the Radak continues and he says, what are the vain things that they are saying? The earthly king will appear in the future with Gog, with the Sarim, the demonic beings, together as they will unify themselves together against God and against David, Hashem's Messiah. This is where we are heading to right now. This great ingathering is not just the ingathering of the righteous, is the ingathering of the Sarim with the nations and the religious leaders against the Jewish people. Let me conclude with the words of the Ramad. The Ramad concludes and says, all of these things are taking place during the time of the war of Gog and Magog. The nations' uproar is the great gathering. They are not nations that are gathering, but they are rather kingdoms that are gathering, as they were under impression that Kedusha or holiness cannot overcome the kingdoms who joined each other. Friends, they are about to join each other. and to create a brand new foundation, a brand new world order. And it is include both the religious world and the non-religious world. What a shocking secret we get today from this word, nos too. They're trying to replicate Yosef with satanic Yosef. Make no mistake, what's happening with the Vatican in Rome, what's happening in North America, Edom and Rome, the religious and the governmental, non-governmental are lining themselves up right now into this great gathering before Israel. I urge you today to be wise and understand those things. If you want to study more with me, join this weekend Yeshiva on this Sunday. The link is at the bottom of this video. Sign up and I will connect for you. Rome together with Edom for those last days. God bless you, and let us pray for Israel and the Jews. Read the Fall of Edom.